responsibilities when you're
about priorities, and he rolled the wrong one. Yeah, no, it's a bunch of voiceover actors and writers and rappers and yeah. Really.
How long have you been doing it with that group?
That group, so I started on a show called Critical Role. Was the first time I ever actually played games. Thank you. And then we decided to go off and start our own game. So we're like only about maybe 8 months into our campaign. You know, we're still at the level where every week we're sure we're gonna die. Just everybody knows they play D&D. It's like, how you doing tonight? It's like, just try not to die. We're level 3. So we're about level 5 now, starting to kind of not have to look at our DM back, you know, like that kind of stuff. But we're still works in progress.
And I totally understand. I play Patrician, so
See, there you go.
So I want to make sure that we get to a lot of the fan questions here because you guys, look at how many people out here. It's like a sea of fans.
There are. Yeah, it's great.
So I want to make sure that we get to fans questions. What do you have? Make it a good one because you're the first one. You're setting the precedent.
Okay, I have a question more for Will. You have such a large, prolific voice acting career as just Batman Beyond, playing Eric Matthews, Blue Beetle on Batman.
Oh, I hope the question is why am I so awesome?
Star-Lord, just so many, and I'm a new firstborn dad, and
congratulations. Wonder if you rolled the wrong dice too.
Is it odd or humbling to know that, like, as a fan, when I was a kid, I could share this with my son. He can see and watch things, and we can experience new things that you do together.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think the generational thing is awesome, and Ryder really experienced it a lot more than I did this time because he was far more involved with Girl Meets World than I was. So Girl Meets World is very much that thing where it's, you know, generations of people sitting down and watching a show that's like, oh my parents watched this and now I'm watching with them and that kind of stuff. So yeah, all that stuff's amazing. And then with the animation, it's the joy of television in any kind of, you know, whether it's animated, whether it's live action, it's timeless. You're stuck in that bubble. So Batman Beyond 50 years from now will always be Batman Beyond.
Yeah!
He's a fan. He's very excited.
You're close.
But it is. It's I'm a huge fan of the show MASH, and so I watch MASH all the time. And you know, MASH started in 1971. I wasn't born yet, but to me, it's timeless. Will always be in that bubble and exist. Those 11 seasons exist for me as my escape. So to think that, and I'm such a television, I love television. So to think that I even had a small little kind of influence on people in one small little bubble of TV is hugely humbling, and I love it. I really do. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, you can call me later.
Okay, next.
Yeah, go.
I didn't know if we were like stopping. Okay, so first I just want to say I'm so glad that you're here, Ryder.
Yes, Ryder is not feeling well and came here just to talk to all you guys, I swear to God. Really is not doing well today, so he's like, I gotta go talk to everybody. So yeah, seriously, that's a big off right there.
You deserve some major brownie points.
So my question is for Will. Your character, Eric, he got dumber and dumber.
I always get this question. That's so dumb.
So I was just wondering if that was like your idea, like, or was that
Can I answer? I'm going to answer it for you. You know what happened? Here's the thing. Will is one of these actors who, like, you write something, like, you know, the best example is the Feeney Call. They literally just wrote Feeney, Fihini. And that's it. You know, like, and they didn't know what they were thinking. And then Will makes it when they show up for rehearsal. When we show up for rehearsal and do a run through in front of all the writers. Will would go on for 5 minutes. Everybody's just on the floor. So it became like, so it sort of became this like one-upsmanship. Like the writers would set Will up with the most ridiculous situation, and they'd be like, "There's no way you can make this funny." You know, like a one-man show or one-woman show. Is that what you're doing? A one-woman show, and Will would just show up and just make it so much better. And then they kept trying to push him farther, and then he would push them farther. So it really became like the writers and Will in a competition to see how ridiculous Eric could be, and still kind of be realistic, I guess, in some world, and it worked. It was amazing.
That's a much better answer than I was going to give. Because my answer actors who start a show and they write a character and you act their character. And if you are given the wonderful opportunity of the show having any length to it, they start to write for you. So as he got dumber, they were writing for me. Because I'm a goofball, I am. That's how I am, and they started kind of writing. But if you go online, we lost her already. She's like, I thought this was Saved by the Bell.
Oh, God.
No, it's funny, but if you go online, there's some wonderful theories about, like, one guy had written this entire thing about there's an episode where Eric is actually trapped in a car in the snow with and she's read this theory, where he's repeatedly slamming his head against the door, and then, like, the next week he became dumb. So the theory is literally that he, like, caused brain damage and became Eric, and you read that, you're like, that's ridiculous. And then I was like reading the theory, and I was like, that's actually great theory. But no, it was just they saw me being a goof, and Ryder's right. I mean, towards the end of the show, Michael Jacobs who was a very hands-on producer, would look at some of the lines and go, oh, we're going to change this. And he'd do that right before the show, and I'd say, no, I can get a laugh on that line. And he'd go, no, you can't. And I go, all right, so what are we betting? And we would literally bet to see if I could get a laugh on the line or not. He'd flip me a quarter and go, you won, or I have to flip him $1, go, you won. But it was, it became just Ryder's Rider competition for all of us. It was two different shows towards the end. But, like, Ryder and Ben and Danielle had their show, and they got to, like, act, and it was very dramatic at times. There was drama. Ryder was an alcoholic for 12 minutes. And it was like they had their thing, and then it was like, and now here's Eric, and it was like, dressed like a girl. So it was completely different shows kind of going at the same time towards the end, which is why Ryder and I cherished every minute we had when we actually got a chance to work together, because it almost didn't happen. So I loved it whenever we had a chance to do that. So.
I love you.
That's sweet.